think executives can either be goldfish or sharks. And I want you to think about that a moment. You used to be able to be a goldfish and do very well. And when you think about a goldfish, they sit in a bowl and somebody else feeds them and somebody changes the water and they exist. And maybe their bowls get bigger and maybe they get better food and better water, but they're dependent on other people for their livelihood or for their advancement or their growth. Sharks, on the other hand, hunt down what they want. They have no limits. They depend on their own capabilities to hunt down what they want. And in the competitive job market that we have right now, even if you're highly skilled, you can't sit there and wait for things to happen. You can't be a goldfish sitting in a bowl, waiting for somebody to give you a job lead, waiting for somebody to find you. You've got to go out and play in the ocean and make enough contacts and get known that when you walk in a room, they're like, dot, 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 there they come. You're known for certain things, but I think so it used to be okay to be a goldfish. You could get pretty far in your career. But the beautiful part about it is that goldfish only knows that one industry, that one profession, where there's a whole ocean now. There are so many new industries. There are so many new professions. There's so many things that people have never faced before. And it's your soft skills that are the most transferable. When you think about the impact you've had in that, think about your soft skills, because the hard skills are learned through school, through your job, but it's the soft skills that executives need right now that are so valuable. So view yourself as a shark. When you view yourself as a shark, being in a continual job search is almost like the game of life. Remember that board game? And you had a little car and you landed on a space, and sometimes you didn't have a college education, you had a crappy job. Well, maybe that's where you started. Now you're an executive, but where do you want your car to land? Because it might land on a spot that you've never even thought of because you positioned yourself right. Because you were a shark, you were out there playing with the other sharks. You all got known. And if somebody asks you to do, an interview like this, if they ask you to do a podcast, you say yes. If you're asked to write an article, you say yes. You call major publications that companies are reading in your field and ask them, what topic do you need covered in your magazine? They have a hard time finding people that want to write. When you're published, it's amazing what that does for your marketability in the job market, especially if it's a trade publication that's being read by the executives that are in your field. So there's things you have to do, but start thinking of yourself. Make this a game, make it fun, show your personality. And if you think of yourself as a shark, it almost becomes more fun because it's a game. It's the game of life, but it really has an impact on your quality of life and what you're trying to achieve for yourself and the people that you care about.
And we've never had, all of us, so many platforms to publish ourselves.
Absolutely.
As we do now. So you mentioned trade publications. Those might be farther and fewer between, but LinkedIn is a platform where you could publish till the cows come home every day for as long as you like. Let people know what you're up to. And things that will finally come to you. I'm just sort of chuckling because you did go with those two notes, those Jaws notes. And you think about what the brand is, which is the story, as Sandra said, the story people tell themselves about you and the expectations they have of what you're going to be like when you walk in the room, right? And is to me. And so those two notes signify what that shark is to anyone who's ever heard those just two notes. That's a pretty good brand.